Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with my TBR for week number 2 for January of 2023. It's TBR time! Yay! I know a lot of you posted in the last video that I did of this that you were going to miss the TBR time little jingle, I guess. So it's back. I will bring it back every week. It's fun. It's kind of my thing. But yeah, so this is for the second week of 2023. January 8th to the 14th. These are the books that I'm hoping to get to. As of filming this right now, it's actually only Tuesday. You guys won't see this till Friday, but it's just easier for me to film this on a Tuesday because I'm working from home. And I'm already doing really well. And I could potentially finish all of the books that I had on my first week's TBR. So I'm very excited about that. So for week number 2, I did change things up a little bit, and I'm going to continue doing this going forward. So earlier this week, or on the weekend, or whenever it was, I did see Storm from Storm Reads. She posted her January TBR, and she created a game, and I love it. She has a game board and everything, and all these different prompts, and it just got me so excited when I see people do stuff like that, being so creative with their TBRs. It makes me think to myself, oh my gosh, I really wish that mine was a little bit more creative, and I kind of started to miss these epic TBRs, these monthly TBRs that I used to do. But I thought I can still kind of do a little something like that without it being a whole month's worth. So I do have, and I was using it before when I was doing the random picking a book off my shelf to read in a given week. I have a spinner saved online that I created that has 70 some odd prompts on it. So what I'm going to do every week is I'm going to spin the spinner. I'm not going to do it on camera for you guys. It just takes too long and it's just too much. And I really don't have a lot of time to be able to do stuff like that. So essentially what I'm going to do is spin the spinner. And for the book that I pick that is a random book off my shelves, like my physical shelves, and then the random book off my digital shelves, I'll spin twice, one for each of those. And then that will be the prompt that I will use to pick a book. So I'm still picking a book that I want to read, but I'm giving myself a bit more of a criteria to find that book. So I'm not just kind of standing there going, what should I read? What should I read? Kind of an idea. So I think that this is going to be a lot of fun. Sorry. I still can't shake this cough. Anyway, so the first one, of course, is the book off of my physical shelves. And for that one, the prompt that I got was double letters in the title. So the title of the book had to have a double letter, pretty self-explanatory. So this is one of the new ones that I just got on New Year's Eve, I think it was, when I went to the thrift store. One of the Love Inspired Suspense, the true large print size. And this is Sabotaged Mission. So as you can see, there's 2 S's in the title. So this one works for the prompt. And I'm very excited about it. So, I mean, if you guys want to use these prompts as well, if you're doing a weekly TBR or a monthly TBR, please feel free to borrow them, use them, whatever you like. So yeah, I am really excited about getting to this one. I believe it's a standalone and it sounds really good. So for my next prompt, it is a book off my digital shelves, either my Kobo or my Kindle. And the prompt that I got for that is the author has to have my same first or last name. I knew my last name wasn't going to be there, but Sarah's a pretty common first name. So I went into Amazon, into my my devices, where you can see all the books that you have. There is an area on the website you can do that. And I just typed in the name Sarah, and a whole bunch of stuff came up, books by Sarah Morgan and stuff like that. So the book that I've decided to read is actually going to be a reread for me. I think I read this back in 2016 or 2017. And I remember kind of vaguely what it's about, but not 100%. But I remember at the time I did enjoy it. But I feel like when I read it the first time, I may have rushed through it a bit. So I kind of want to take my time with it this time. And that is House of Silence by Sarah Barthel. This is a historical fiction novel about a woman, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. She's jilted by her fiance. This takes place in the Gilded Age. And Gilded Age? I think so. And she ends up, as was done back in the time, she's very upset about all this and ends up being put into a mental institution. And at that institution, she meets, I think it's Mary Todd Lincoln. I think it's Lincoln's wife. And it's well known that she had a very difficult time coping with her husband's murder. So that's kind of what the book is about. But a historical fiction novel. It's not a historical romance. It's a historical fiction. Like I said, the first time I read it, I enjoyed it, but I think at the time I was just dipping my toes into the world of historical fiction, where now I like reading them a lot more. So I have a lot more under my belt in which to compare this one to. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a reread. The next book that I have on my list here is a series book. So as I explained last time, I have a big list of all the series that I'm currently reading. I kind of went through the list and found something, and I'm like, last week, so for the first week of January, everything was like a romantic suspense. Whereas this week, I'm really trying to like pick different things. So like we have a romantic suspense, and then I have historical fiction, and now a cozy mystery. So the cozy mystery that I will be reading is Moose and Murder by Elizabeth Logan. This is the first book in the Alaskan Diner mystery series. So I've read book 2. Obviously, I've not read book 1, and I'm looking forward to going back and reading this one. It is a cozy mystery set in Alaska, and our amateur sleuth runs a diner. I guess her parents ran the diner, and then her parents have moved away, and she has taken over. So, yeah, I enjoyed the book that I read. I think it was the second book in the series. I really enjoyed it, so I'm really looking forward to getting to this one too. Next up, we have my Harlequin New Release. So, from all the ones that I have picked for the month of January. But anyway, from my list of Harlequin New Releases that I picked, one from each imprint, the one that we're reading this week is going to be Falling for His Fake Girlfriend by Shannon Stacy. This is the 4th book in the Sutton Place series. I think I've read a couple other books in this series, but I'm not absolutely certain. I love the cover of this book. This book looks so charming and so delightful. I cannot wait to read it. Shannon Stacy is an absolute favorite author of mine. If you guys like firefighter romances, you need to check out her Boston Fire series. It is to die for. And it's not category, it's single title. So yeah, the covers are well worth your time. But no, Shannon Stacy is a great author. I highly recommend her. And the last book, of course, is my throwback book. So this is one of my Nancy Drew, Babysitter's Club, blah, blah, blah. And it is the Nancy Drew this week. And we have Never Say Die by Carolyn Keene. And this is the 16th book in the Nancy Drew File series. This is the series that came out in the 80s. So if you couldn't tell from that delightful cover and the outfit that Nancy is wearing, very, very much the 1980s. So anyway, guys, let me know what you're going to be reading this upcoming week. Or have you read any of these books that I've talked about? And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.